All right, and we are back live. Call the meeting to order.
I will call this meeting back to order. Can I have a motion to reconvene?
I motion to reconvene.
I'll second.
Talia, on the motion to reconvene by Ms. Guzman, seconded by Dr. Capello. Dr. Capello? Yes. Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulan?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Can I please have a motion to approve the minutes for April 28th executive and regular meetings?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
On the motion by Mr. Chaffee, seconded by Ms. Schramm. Ms. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulan?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Okay, next we'll move on to the superintendent and HIB reports. Mr. Hallenbeck, take it away.
On the agenda this evening, we have a first and second reading for our HIB reports for the month of May and our reports for the month of June as presented to the board, as well as a review and approval of all of our HIB reports to date that the board has previously approved. And I'll seek your approval on those this evening. In terms of closing out the school year, I want to thank all of our students and our staff for all of their hard work this year. We've had a number of great culmination activities that have happened over the last couple of weeks. We are ready to celebrate high school graduation on Wednesday night. I reached out to Mother Nature and Old Man Winter. I'm not sure what the weather forecast is going to hold. We are going to try and do everything possible to hold an outdoor graduation. Indoor graduations are very, very tough. Obviously, there is no air conditioning in that gym. The air does not move well. The sound does not carry well. So we're going to try everything possible. I would anticipate that it will be a last-minute decision on whether we move that ceremony indoors or not. We contemplated potentially being proactive and moving the ceremony to Tuesday night, tomorrow night. The weather looks even worse for tomorrow. So we're kind of stuck in between right now. We'll make that decision. We're going to do our very, very best with it. So please stay tuned as we attempt to navigate that. Let me turn it over to our student board representatives. Natalia, Lillian, I'll let you guys give any presentations and updates you'd like to the board and to the community, please.
So we've had a very busy month preparing for the end of the year and everything, bringing it to a close. There have been student council elections for next year's school-wide and each individual grade student council. There was also a thespian showcase for the drama club where members of the drama club could go on stage and just perform a little piece that they wanted to do that they wouldn't be able to do unless we did the show. It was nice. It also had some artwork on display. So that was a very nice event to sort of showcase the whole community. We also had prom at Corona Farms, and although I personally did not go, I hear that it was very fun, and I hear that all of the students had an excellent time. We've also had finals last week and this week. Today was our last day of finals. I believe there are makeup finals tomorrow. They seemed to run pretty smoothly, so they seemed to go well for the most part. We also have yearbooks, which will be handed out tomorrow and I think Wednesday as well. And I've been a member of the yearbook staff, and I've seen that it looks really good. And lastly, we are all very excited for the summer and for the next school year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lillian.
So speaking on the very busy last one we had a lot. The high school concert took place on May 21st, where the concert band, the music ensemble, jazz band, and choir all performed. Triumph Honor Society had a recital, which students pick and rehearse pieces completely on their own. It took place on June 11th, and all selections were really pretty. Along with that, the high school band students played with and assisted at the 7th grade moving up ceremony. Thank you to Tori Berghofer, Mr. McCowan, Mr. Segali, the administration, and the board for all their help and making sure that everything ran smoothly and as planned. We also had some theater students up at the high school help down with the middle school play, which both nights turned out really well. Along with that, the 8th grade and senior class had successful class trips, and thank you, Mrs. Burns, for organizing the senior class 1 academic award ceremonies for upperclassmen in 8th grade took place. 8th grade parents were invited to see their children receive their awards, and the NHS and MJHS induction took place on May 22nd. Congratulations to all those who were inducted. Senior awards took place on the first Tuesday in June. Over $70,000 in scholarships were given out to this year's seniors, which is really awesome.
That's fantastic.
In closing, I look forward to seeing the majority of you at graduation on Wednesday. And I wasn't there last month, but last month's board meeting, but I would like to thank the board for our resolution and the kind words we were given.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Natalia. With that, I would ask for a motion to approve the superintendent and HIB reports for this month.
Second.
And Natalia? Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Stefano is absent. Ms. Polachena?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Goulon?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert?
Yes. Next, move on to acknowledgements and correspondence. Congratulations to the following students who were chosen as Hopatcong High School's Students of the Marking Period for their outstanding performance. Grade 8, we have Hayden Arnold with honorable mention, Olivia Schwartzer. Grade 9, Abigail Lemke, honorable mention, Joseph Seck. Grade 10, Liam Murphy, honorable mention, Robert Blunt. Grade 11, Antonio Sudak, honorable mention, Georgie Andovov, Katie Colgan, and Gabriel Ramos. Grade 12, Patrick Comerford, and honorable mention, Emily Garrison. Congratulations to the Hopatcong High School Senior Award Scholarship recipients for the 24-25 school year. And congratulations to the following students who were chosen as Hopatcong Middle School Student of the Month for their outstanding performance in May 2025. Grade 4, Samantha Everari. Grade 5, Sailor Tidwell. Grade 6, Angelia Gutierrez. And grade 7, Logan Brown and Natalie Garrity. Are any students in the audience tonight here to accept their certificate? Okay, we'll get them at school. Is there anyone in the audience from a parent-teacher organization who would like to speak? Hi, how are you?
Good. So Hepto is finishing up the year. We're ending tomorrow night. We have an ice cream social for all the kids. There'll also be face painting. It's rain or shine, so hopefully the weather holds up.
We're used to the rain now.
Yeah, if not, you can eat ice cream in the rain, that's fine. The face painting will be done under a tent, so we're covered with that. We did a dance last weekend, that was great. The kids loved it. We had a DJ, photo booth, it was a lot of fun. We just did all the field days for the schools. We got inflatables, and the kids had on full time. The 7th grade had their solo field day today. They loved it. Over the year, we've fulfilled all the grants that were given for the classrooms that the teachers asked. We were able to do that. And about 60% of Hepto board is stepping down because we've been doing it for years. So it will be mainly new board next year. And they're really eager to get started. So I think you're going to see really great things coming from Hepto next year. I'm one of the people stepping down, so it's not me that's going to be doing these things. But I have full faith in the new board. The PTSO is doing ice cream for all the staff and students at the high school tomorrow. And we're working on homecoming with student council. So there'll be an email going out soon with to all the students trying to figure out the theme and what they want. And we did a whole bunch of grants, and the PTSO has just been so successful this year. Like the past few years, it's just grown how much we've done, and we're really excited to grow even more next year. So
I forget how much money we gave in scholarships. It was like
gave
15,000?
somewhere between 12 and
Oh, maybe it
15,000
was 12.
we gave in scholarships. Yeah.
So that was great.
And we're hoping to grow that too. I believe 2 years ago it was 5. Last year was 10.
Yeah, 12,750, I think.
Yeah, and I think you're right. So, yeah, next year we'll do even more.
Thank you. Are there any other organizations that would like to speak? Yes, Ms. Nikki?
I just wanted to issue a few words of gratitude to the administration and to the teachers at the high school that helped the band kids to complete the year as they planned. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, public comment.
grab it?
Pass me that. What?
Want to grab it?
Oh. Okay, Ms. Stacy Yanko.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Stacy Yanko. For those of you who don't know me, I do live in town on Hopatcong Road. I'm also the high school guidance secretary. And I just have a few things. One, I know I did speak with Mr. Hallenbeck today, and he had said that the board would not be acknowledging my letter and request for the Hopatcong Office Personnel Association and the Hopatcong Education Association to become one. I really just want to say all I needed was an acknowledgement that it was okay for us to start the next steps. It was no additional work for you. There's a lot of work on our end to make that happen. So I'm hoping that we will be able to get that acknowledgement. I also just want to, I know where we are with budget cuts, and I just want to bring up again that it's going to be a big loss to lose Mrs. Wendy Braun from our high school guidance office. I could tell you firsthand that our students need every possible counselor that we can have. I've been in the guidance office now for 10 years, and I've seen how the need for the counselors has increased. It's never decreased, and it doesn't matter if they had 500 students on each caseload or 150. We have students who are extremely in need of support, and there are days that the counselors barely get into their office, and they already have 1 or 2 students that need them. And it's not just a quick thing. So I would just really hope that if any money comes up, that we would be able to get Mrs. Braun back. And then third, on a happy note, I want to thank Natalia for bringing up your award ceremony on June 3rd. I'm really proud because this year I was the coordinator all by myself. And it was really successful, and I want to thank Mr. Citrich for coming, and Mr. DeStefano was there as a presenter for the Rotary Club. But $70,000 to our seniors was really awesome, and there were only a couple of students who couldn't make it. So it was really a great event. I'm also happy to say thank yous were mailed out already to all of the individuals, families, and organizations. And the students have been getting their thank yous back to me. So those are going out as well as they go. So I just want to thank you for your support. And that's it. So
Thank you.
For anybody standing, we do have a few seats down in front. Please feel free to come on in.
Don't bite.
Next we have Miss Chrissy Amella.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Amella. I've lived here my whole life. I am the secretary for athletics and discipline at the high school, but I'm here tonight as a parent and the secretary of the Hopatcong Music Boosters. I think we made our point with emails and things, and so I just want to say thank you for your responses, and it's good to know that we're all on the same page and just how important the band is, and you know, the entire music program, but that the marching band season is the immediate priority. I also just want to piggyback and say that the Hopatcong High School really does need Mrs. Braun. She's wonderful. She connects with the kids, and the kids need more mental health than any of us can imagine. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would believe that many of you are aware that we had a staff member that the Board of Education has placed on administrative leave based on a legal matter involving that individual. So I cannot speak publicly about that individual. It is a personnel and a legal matter. What I can say to you as a school district is that we are continuing to work on a daily basis to try to provide as best as humanly possible an uninterrupted opportunity for our marching band students, for our music students in our middle school and our high school. As I said to some parents today, as I've shared with the board, I would be foolish to say to you that everything is going to look exactly as it looked a week ago, 2 weeks ago. There will be a time period for which we're going to have to address marching band, stipended positions, things of that nature. It's going to take us a little bit of a time. Our goal is to try and have everything in place on as normal a time frame as possible, and we'll do everything to make that happen as the other events play themselves out. But that's all I'll be able to address and say publicly with regard to that matter. I hope you do understand that, okay?
Could I just ask anyone in the audience who is a band parent to raise their hand?
Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting the arts. And as I said to the board, the arts are near and dear to me. My wife is an art teacher. For those of you who know nothing about me, I used to play cello. So I recognize and value what music, what athletics provide to our students, what a well-rounded student means as a citizen, as a member of Hopatcong. So we're going to do everything we possibly can to support the program. It's no different than all of the other things we offer. Yes, we're limited budget-wise financially, but that is not going to stop us from doing what we had set out to do, and we're going to continue to make that effort. So thank you for being here this evening, and I'll let you reach out to the next person here who's going to speak.
Mr. Steve Renaud.
Oh, you look fantastic with that.
Oh, thank you.
Basically, I just want to know, basically, the Democratic Club is going to have a candidates night for school board members that are running for re-election. We're going to, basically, because there is going to be ballots mailed out early, we're going to probably have it sometime in October. We're working on the date right now. Nicole, do you know how many board members are running right now?
I don't-
3 up and the 1 appointed.
Yeah, I don't think the applications are due yet, so July something, yeah. Yeah, I don't
You would
know.
have to reach out to the county clerk's office for that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, fine.
Yeah, we'll have 3 and 1.
Great. I just want to say two of my neighbors went to the prom at Corona Farms. The word was fantastic. So basically, I'm happy about that. It's wonderful that you raised $70,000 to give to students. That's fantastic. Jeff, I'll pray that the weather holds and it can hold the graduation outdoors. And it always is nice to have graduations outdoors. On a personal level, this may be inappropriate, but I just have to say this. I learned something very valuable this weekend. Ellen and I celebrated our 55th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
And had a very nice congratulations. The hotel was wonderful. The drinks were fantastic. $9.75 for a gin and tonic. So that was great.
My
I have a very good friend of mine who I've been friends with for over 45 years. He was a customer of mine when I brokered Fed funds. He was at his college reunion at Lemoyne College in Syracuse. He's going blind in one eye and has macular degeneration in the other. He uses a cane, but he is one of the most positive people I know. He fell down some steps at the college and lost his balance. Needed a 5-hour hip surgery, and his shoulder is in bad repair, and they can't operate. It's going to heal on its own. We went to see him 2 days, and he said, "Steve, I'm a very lucky human being. Thank you for coming." Has some of the most positive attitude I've ever seen. You know, sometimes we get caught up and we feel sorry for ourselves, but it was really worthwhile to see that. And it just really, it really was wonderful to see him. You know, he's a very good friend, you know, but thank you.
Thank you.
Steve must have previewed part of my graduation speech for Wednesday night on perseverance, so I better check to make sure nobody got an advance copy.
Is there anyone else in the audience who'd like to speak who didn't get a chance to put their name on the board if they came in late? No? Okay, with that.
Jen.
Oh, sorry.
Ms.
Oh, I didn't
Johnson,
see you back there.
I always forget.
I'll sign you in, Jen.
Okay, thanks.
she's hiding back there.
I am like incognito. I was just wondering, with the courtesy busing stuff, what we're doing together as a town and a school to address the concerns. I know my child now is a walker, which is fine. I have lots of friends who are going to help carpool. Back and forth, and we're going to split duties, and everything will be fine. But there are a lot of parents who can't do that. So I know where I live, under Hopatcong, my kids, in order to get to a sidewalk, have to cross Durbin Ave from, and there's a couple of streets. There's Shawnee, there's Papacating, there's Quarry, there's Mast, then obviously Brooklyn Mountain, and then you've got Lackawanna, Tulsa, Windsor, right, those that all cross Durbin. Is there plans to put crossing guards there and or crosswalks there?
So great question. That'll be part of a conversation with the borough, because the borough and the municipality is actually responsible for crossing guards. School district has nothing to do with crossing guards, but part of our conversation is several additional crosswalks. There are a number of crosswalks that already exist in each of those areas. And one of the questions I get asked is on the hazardous routes policy. So on our website, obviously, there is a map that is published. You can type in your address. You can see if you fall for 4th grade through 12th grade in the reduction of courtesy busing. You can see if you fall in that zone, and then you can take a look at what are the safest pathways. Our board policy actually dates back to 1999, and you'll see 3 changes to that policy, one in 2000, one in 2002, and the most recent in 2020. The most recent change in 2020 was simply to remove the words Hudson Maxim School because the school closed. So those hazardous routes have actually existed all the way back since 1999, and they have not changed. What has changed over time was that the district actually provided a lot more busing and transportation than what was legally required. And so, yes, as we've shared, if you're in elementary school and you live within 2 miles of the school under state law, you should walk to school under state law. If you're in high school, it's 2.5 miles. So the reduction in courtesy busing is, one, a very large savings. It's over $250,000. It impacts about 90 students total from grades 4 through 12. And the focus is students who live on basically some of our side streets, making their way down to Durbin and to Flora Avenue where there are sidewalks, and then making their way over to the high school. So we've identified, or the middle school, we've identified a couple of areas for additional crosswalks. We've had conversations with the borough over the last 2 years on safe routes to school grants, some turnover in the borough in terms of the borough administrator and things like that. But those are conversations we'll continue to have. We'll have conversations with the DPW about some additional crosswalks. We'll be purchasing some additional bike racks at the school for students who are going to bike to work. But know that if your child decides to purchase or be gifted an e-bike, that those will have separate bike racks away from the building. For safety reasons, with those batteries, they can't be stored in the building, under overhangs, or directly up against the building. We have some students that actually use those as transportation. So we'll absolutely continue to work on those things. We continue to reach out to parents. I hope that the map was helpful to a lot of families. It may not have given you the answer that you wanted, but at least it helps to clarify what those boundaries are. I had some parents, up in Rollins Trail reaching out and saying, is my kid going to have to walk to school from the Arctic Circle? And the answer is no. But we've got to try and find some kind of a balance where we're at. And as Ms. Yanko mentioned, we've talked about during budget season that the state still owes us $580,000 in state aid that we are eligible for, but the state has put a cap on how much aid school districts can get. That's money that's still there. If that were money that the legislature had said, we're going to earmark and actually give Hopatcong like they're entitled to, we'd be having a very, very different conversation. But this is where we're at now. If things change, and I don't want to give false hope, I've seen stranger things in my career, but if things change, this board will come back and we'll have those conversations, but we've got a plan for our reality and where we're at, and we're going to try and help families as best we can. We will continue to expand the Alpha Best program at the middle school. If there are parents that need to take care of before care, I had one dad reach out to me and say, hey, I normally leave for work at 7:15 when my daughter got on the bus, but now she can't get to the middle school until 8:20. He's like, but I still got to leave. Well, if that's the case, you may want to take care of the Alpha Best program. And I know there are some families that are going to work together to carpool and do those things. So we're going to try and make the best of it as a group, and we'll go from there, Jen.
Just to be clear, this only affects
4 through 12.
4 through 12, K through 3 are busing no matter where they live.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then my last question is, and I just want to make sure I heard it correctly, that there is no plan to get rid of band.
You heard it right from the horse's mouth.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I heard it correctly. That's it.
It must have been a big rumor because we got a bunch of emails. That's all it was. And we appreciate you reaching out to us so we can quell the rumors. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that will close public comment. Moving on to finance. Can I please have a motion for item 11, A through J?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Any discussion on finance?
On the motion by Ms. Polachina, seconded by Dr. Capello. Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Goulan?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes.
And before we move on, we have some other business that we're going to take care of as we go through our approvals. You are more than welcome to stay, but you do not have to, and you would not offend us if you need to get on to other things. So if you need to step out and leave, you're more than welcome, but stay as long as you wish.
Okay, next, we're going to move on to personnel. We have an addition onto that item, right? So it'll be
We do.
personnel.
So we have one last minute resignation that came in this afternoon. It will be item 12V as in Victor. And that is the approval to accept the resignation of Ashley Zaremba from her position as a school nurse with the district effective June 19, 2025. 12V as in Victor.
Can I please have a motion for personnel 12A through V?
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on personnel? Hearing none?
On the motion by Mr. Davio, seconded by Ms. Schramm. Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Goulan?
Yes.
Ms. Falcone Schubert?
Yes. Can I please have a motion for item 13, travel and professional development?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? We're good. We did item 13.
And can I just have the motion in the second?
I forget who it
Yes,
was.
me and,
Natalia.
Thank you. On the motion by Mr. Chaffee, seconded by Dr. Capello. Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Goulan?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert?
Yes. Can I please have a motion for item 14, which is just A, policy and regulations?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Jen and Natalia. Sorry, Kevin, next time.
Gotcha.
Discussion?
Gotta be faster.
Hearing none?
On the motion by Ms. Polachina, seconded by Dr. Capello. Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DeStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulon?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Can I please have a motion for items 15, students and services, A through C?
I'll make it. Second.
Couldn't even get the words out. Any discussion? Hearing none?
The motion by Dr. Capello, seconded by Ms. Polachina. Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Stefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulon?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Can I please have a motion for item 16, resolutions, A through G?
I'll make it.
Ms. Polachina?
Second.
Mr. Chaffee, second. Thank you. Any discussion on resolutions? Hearing none?
Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. Stefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulon?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Can I please have a motion to move the Sussex County Regional Cooperative 17A through 16?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? I'd like to ask, and we already spoke about this, that when we are approving payment other than merit pay, that instead of including the employee number, that we include the employee name.
Yep. So you'll see on the co-op agenda this evening, there are a couple examples of individuals receiving merit pay because that is tied to their evaluations. For privacy reasons, we'll use their employee numbers, okay?
But if it's not,
But if it has nothing to do with an evaluation, it'll list their name.
perfect, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none?
Dr. Capello?
Yes.
Mr. Davio?
Yes.
Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DeStefano is absent. Mrs. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Gulon?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert.
Yes. Lastly, we move on to board member comments. I'll start to my left. Mr. Chaffee, if you'd like to make one.
Thank you to all our band parents for coming out. It's a really great showing, and please know that we really do support the arts. We love the arts. Thank you so much for everybody coming out and showing how much you love this town and you love your children. Thank you.
I'll follow on that. Thank you all for coming. We have an amazing group of kids in our band. We know that, and we fully support you guys. We want to see you continue to succeed, and hopefully our young ones will follow in your footsteps. And we just want the public to know that we are doing our very best in every situation that we discuss up here.
I was kicked off of band, by the way, because I tried using my trombone as a bazooka out on the playground.
I never got kicked out of band.
I am.
I just want to say congratulations to everybody. I'll be at the graduation along with several other board members. And again, thank you to the band, parents. A lot goes into that as well as the students, but they're behind the scenes, and I say that from experience because I've done marching band for 12 years of my life. I know, huge band geek. So I just want you to know, that is near and dear to my heart. So I'm not gonna, allow the program to be, taken away from the students.
Thank you everyone for coming, and have a fabulous summer, and looking forward to the new season next year.
Me. I want to thank Mrs. Yanko for putting together the senior awards. I make a point of making it every year because it's one of those award ceremonies where it's not just acknowledging the students' academic performance, but there's a great deal of character recognition associated with the scholarships. I also hope that the band parents can rest easy tonight. As you can see, we're all committed. Despite the circumstances, It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be painless, but we're going to move forward, just like we always do. That's what we do here. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming out and reaching out to the board as well. Congratulations to all the scholarship winners, and see some of you at graduation this week.
I hope everybody has a great summer. Congratulations on wrapping up another year, and looking forward to the graduation this week.
Thank you. I just want to thank all of the staff that planned the end of year festivities. A lot of work goes into field trips. It's not just like filling out a piece of paper. And I had the pleasure of going on the middle school one. God bless middle school teachers. I teach for a living, but I was like 24 hours in bed, needed like to recuperate. So I know my kid had a great time. I know it's a lot of work. So I just want to thank all of the staff who planned things like field trips, celebrations for the 7th and 8th graders. I know a group of parents are getting together to do stuff for the kindergartners. A group of parents got together to do things for the 7th graders. So I love that it's not just like school initiated things. We as a community kind of gather together to support one another and our kids. And there's been a lot of great things for the class of 2025. Unfortunately, I can't make it to the graduation, so I just wanted to say congratulations to all the graduates and their families. I've actually had the pleasure of knowing some of them since they were little baby chiefs, so I can't wait to hear what they do after they graduate and come back and visit. And I think summer is a great time for everybody to kind of reset. We need it now more than ever. I think it's great for students and staff and families to be able to kind of step back from the craziness that comes along with the school year routine. And I want you to know that that's what we're doing too. Like, this is going to be a hard reset this summer. We have a lot of ideas and plans and a lot of reflecting, and we don't want to make hasty decisions. We want to do the right thing and make sure that every step that we make makes sense, because we don't really have a lot of room in our budget for mistakes. So we appreciate your patience and we appreciate your support. There is a lot of noise out there, and when we let that kind of get to us, it changes our focus. So we appreciate you all being here and getting the information from us. Please continue to do that. And if you can't make it in person, send us emails, reach out to us. I mean, all we want is what's best for your kids and our kids, and to be transparent. We're not looking to hide anything, but do know that we are limited in what we have. And we will continue to fight for what we deserve and do what's best with what we have. So in September, we are going to be ready to welcome the kids back here to our safe, engaging environment, and we're going to be prepared for a great school year. And just thank you to everybody, our community, our students, our families, for your dedication and your partnership, because we can't do it without you. So have a great summer, everybody. And on that.
Do you want to make a motion, or are we good?
Oh, yeah. Well, can I
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go back into executive session, or do you feel like we can
Finish
continue
some of those
this
discussions, or do you want to?
I think we need to.
Okay.
We owe it.
So we're going to make.
So I need a motion then to re-enter executive session for the board to talk about legal and personnel matters.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Motion here and a second. Dr. Capella?
Yes.
Mr. Davia? Yes. Ms. Schramm?
Yes.
Mr. Chaffee?
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano is absent. Ms. Polachina?
Yes.
Mr. Citrich?
Yes.
Ms. Goulan?
Yes.
And Ms. Falcone Schubert?
Yes.
All right. The board's going to enter executive session to talk about personnel and legal matters, and then we'll come back into public simply to adjourn the meeting. The board will not be taking any additional public information or action this evening, okay? Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Have a great evening.
And a couple of other people.
I'm gonna go back.
I'm mad. Listen, right, get them while they're here. Get them while they're hot. Oh, yeah, always, right? Always coming from somewhere or something. So, yeah, she can't like go here. She did all she can.
In a couple of years.
Thank you, guys. So who is going to be on the